So, this is the greatest myth. The greatest myth in life that we have is that we have time. Typically, this idea sits in our blind spot. This myth is usually perceived because it's in a blind spot. It's usually perceived by the mentor, the coach, or the teacher. So there's a little insight. You need to go through life with someone else guiding and supporting and observing you, because there's no other way of identifying that you have a blind spot, because it's in your blind spot. So these people, really importantly, are vested in you and place they're invested in you, and they're in place to guide and support you on your journey. So you got to have somebody watching over, and just that you trust. Don't choose a mentor or a guide that does not have what it is that you're looking for. Choose a mentor and a guide that has what you're looking for, because they understand how to get there, right? Otherwise, they'll just lead you anywhere. So just to give you an example, this podcast right now, my role that I'm coming to you as today would be the role of like a teacher, right? And my job today is to just bring light to something. So that's what I'm doing right now with this Rise Up. Your job, should you accept it, is to take this idea, take note of what I bring light to, and embrace that light. That's your job, should you decide to do that. So this is all about setting and getting goals. The perspective of the individual that must do the work, when you're looking at this idea of setting and getting goals, the perspective of the individual, you, that must actually do the work, spend the time and the money, is very, very often skewed. Okay, that's part of that blind spot. The very act, think about yourself in this sense, the very act of contemplation. Whenever we contemplate doing the work that's necessary to have that contemplation itself is proof of this great myth inside of us all. So when we know something is a priority, and that priority has moved, this is the phases of our urgency of this priority, and it's moved from being something you want to something that you need, and it's even gone on to that last phase of something that you've decided must be done. Martin Luther King talks about this fierce urgency of now. So it gets to that phase where it becomes something that must be done, and then also maybe you recognize that you've been blessed with the opportunity, the vehicle, and the structure to get it done. And somehow we still grant ourselves permission to contemplate, if we'll actually do that work. And just think about the things that we come up with. My favorite one is when somebody has the opportunity to completely level up their physical, mental, or financial status, and they say that now's not a good time. Do you ever find yourself saying now's not a good time? Isn't that interesting? When is a good time? So that's the myth right there that pops up as well. Time is our most valuable asset. You've heard that a million times. More valuable than all the diamonds, silver, and gold in the world. More valuable than your biggest goal and dream right now. Time. More valuable than all those, because without time, you have those things dissolve. We keep those material things that we're all seeking, and we keep them safe and locked in a vault. But then we spend our entire lives wasting more time trying to get more of that. Think about that. The things that we're trying to get, when we get them, we put them in a vault and we try to get more of them, all unconscious about time. So the commodity of time, though, we allow that to sift through our hands and fall away like the sands of an hourglass. And that's because we spend 95% of our day unconscious, right? 5% of our day conscious. So the idea is to kind of claim more conscious time. And I hope that's what we're doing right now. So, and this is the great way to start the day. As if we had enough time to spare, we let that sift through our hands. Are you aware of the gift and blessing that you had bestowed upon you today? The 24 hours ahead of you, which we don't even know we have, but it's a pretty good assumption that you have these 24 hours ahead of you, and it's a gift. Are you aware of its unpredictable expiration date? this time that we have ahead of you. And the reason why you have to be aware of that is that's where you create the urgency to use it, wisely. How about quality of time with family, love and romance, adventure and exploration? Make an assessment of what you're going to do or what you have been doing to fill your days and see where your priorities sit and how you use this precious time. That's a great thing to become aware of today. There's a good chance that if you look at your day to day, you'll identify a lot of wasted time. A lot of wasted time today. You'll be shocked to learn how many things get more of your time than the things that actually truly matter most to you. So, my message today is this: rise up, wake up to this idea, friends. You are the lucky ones that have received this insight today. Very, very important to recognize that. Forget about me, forget about everything, but you have gotten this message today. So, identify why this message has come to you. Was it a waste of your time to hear this message, or was this message meant to catapult you or maybe through you to somebody else? My gift to you today is a mortality mentality. So seize the day. It's just in time for you to have a great day. Lastly, very important, I encourage you to share things like this, especially this one, with someone that you love. Remember this: if you give something away, that's how it's going to stay. If you want to keep something and you want to own something, you must first give it away. And that's a good use of your time today. Make sense? So, love and appreciate you all. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you pulled something from this today. I just am so full of gratitude. This is on November 1st. Can't believe we're coming to the end of this 2022. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, but careful how much time you spend focused on that, and make sure that you recognize that today you can focus on the things that matter most and using your time wisely. So I want nothing more. My hidden agenda that I unveil to you is that I just want all of you to be able to embrace how amazing life is just because you woke up today and you have this time ahead of you. So great morning to you all. Love and appreciate you. Great morning, Susie, Emily, Betty, all of you on the other channels. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow at 7:30.